Hello and welcome, my name is Simon, we are the Whales of Wall Street. This one here is for the IOTX holders. IOTX is the name of the company. We have done multiple videos on this project already, so please do check those out when you get a moment. But we're just going to do a very quick analysis overview on this chart and our perceptions of where we think we are going. Now, we had this critical rise here thanks to some good updates around mid-August. However, in that time, we have seen a slow and steady decline, not quite yet, I believe, to 50% worth. This bit here, by the way, we did a video recently on staking and some of the cons about staking, and one is being that you should check how many days it's for, and consider that at some point the chart may go parabolic and you might miss out because they're locked in, and even if you take them out you might have to wait a day or two for them to come out. Well, I was sat down here thinking IOTX, yep, getting some nice rewards on Binance, etc. And then all of a sudden I saw a couple rise and I thought, oh, that's good. And then this happened. I was like, oh, how long have I got left on this staking? And there was like a week left. I was like, great. So if I cancel this now and redeem it, it's going to take, I think it was like a day or two. I was like, well, I'll just forget that. And then the next day it went even bigger. I was like, what on earth? And then I had to stop myself from FOMOing, and I'm glad I did, but because I do believe like I missed that. It's lesson learned, and we might start tracking back down. So these purple areas here, if I was selling up here, or to be fair, I wouldn't have expected this, so I was probably going to be doing something stupid like selling a percentage here and then not even considering that it would go up higher. But that's the game of it. Take out profits as you go along with percentage opportunities. So when you come down, you can do it on the reverse and make some percentage opportunities on the way back as well. So obviously from this point here at 0.14, so 0.1 cents, 0.14 cents, we have the ability here, sorry, 14 cents, what am I talking about? 14 cents. And we already traced back to 7, so we already tracked back that big point there, and we haven't quite hit the full capacity downwards. So that's why I was sort of suggesting these areas here. If you haven't hit this kind of area already, these two might be opportunities. And the reason I put those two in is because we simply haven't tested those areas for such a long time. The reason I put this one in here, because we had like 1, 2, arguably split that, but 3 tests, and I do believe we could get another one in to confirm that level of support line around this kind of area and this area. Because if you go back, for example, to around here, again, we only tested this area once as well. So that's why we're seeing probably the movement to here. So it's going to be extremely interesting over the next 48 hours or so whether we get this support line here. If it continues in a bearish mode, because this MACD doesn't look great, the RSI is bang on the middle, so it could go literally either way. And I'm not really seeing any updates for IOTX to potentially push it up, or any kind of like bullish material out there to hype it up, etc. So I do anticipate us definitely trying to hit this line around here at 0.06, and that's going to be critical, guys. If we drop below that, it's fine, and it bounces back up, fine. But if it starts stopping under this line and dragging down, we could very well see us hitting this potential area around here at 0.05. And if there's a continuation of that bearish, if it really does drop and people go panic selling, you could potentially hit this area again. And why I put it in there was because we've only had arguably 1, 2, 3-ish support and resistant areas there as well. So it's not really a gigantically bad thing here, because this thing almost, in theory, would never have existed. It just did because of the couple of days that it had. So you could have just expected like this thing would just continuously bobble along here, maybe rise a bit more before a nice parabolic run, etc. But it literally happened within 48 hours, and then it was on its way back down again. So this price here is obviously massively hyperinflated. It's not real in that sense. It's not the real price that it should be. So if you were to essentially try and maybe do a little kind of trend line here, it kind of does reflect where we put the purple box here essentially. So you could potentially anticipate, not necessarily straight away, but over the next week or so, coming down to these lines. It may not, and that's why I said about this line here. If we can bounce off or support here, fantastic, because then we will start rising up and trying to obtain this 0.98 as a support line as well, because we do need to tick these lines off before we can go up properly. Otherwise it's just going to be like this, and then you're just going to get pump and dumps, and it's not going to be helpful for anyone. It's going to be unpredictable, volatile, and you know, what I would like to see is IOTX taken seriously in that aspect, because it's a phenomenal project. It's for the future. AI, IoT. Check out the other videos. It's a really cool project. That's kind of not necessarily an emotional attachment to it. It's just more like when Hoskins and like gets annoyed about Cardano's price and movements and stuff, and he just wants to see like the way it should be done. That's kind of how I feel about AI and IoT. That's maybe just a personal thing because of the industry that I work in. But yeah, guys, I just thought I'd bring those couple of bits to attention. Like I said, the RSI is bang on the middle. It could go either way, so just be cautious. And you know, anticipate potential buy opportunities. Again, it's not financial advice, it's personal opinion. If mine weren't in staking, I would certainly be doing that myself. You guys might have different strategies, but let's keep an eye on this area. As I mentioned, 0.06, we've touched it, nearly touched it a couple of times. To be fair, I think the fib retracement level is probably out very slightly. That probably makes a bit more sense there. But yeah, let's see if we close above it, and that's going to be exceptionally good news, guys. Exceptionally good news. So I'll update you in the next few days, and that kind of wraps that video up. If you found it informative, please do press that little big thumb button. I just said little big, that makes no sense. And subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and we will see you in the next video. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.